They walk through life like storms, wrapped in silence, unshaken, unbothered, and seemingly untouchable. But what happens when the man who bows to no one is finally brought to his knees? For the Sigma male, humility doesn't come from failure, society, or human authority. It comes only from one source: God himself. There's a story of a man who conquered everything: wealth, knowledge, respect, and control. He lived above chaos, trusted no one, and followed his own path. But one night, while staring into the quiet sky, he realized that even his unmatched strength couldn't silence the whisper of something greater. That was the moment he met humility, not through defeat, but through divine revelation. Because only God can touch what the world can't reach: the soul of a Sigma male. Number 1. They don't fear men. Only God can break that kind of pride. Sigma males aren't intimidated by authority, criticism, or social pressure. They've trained their minds to detach from validation and control their emotional responses. Society can't shame them because they already walk alone. But that same self-reliance can harden the heart. It's not arrogance, it's protection. They've built walls so high that human voices can't penetrate. But God doesn't knock. He enters through silence, through still moments that strip away illusion. When a Sigma male faces divine truth, his pride isn't destroyed, it's refined. Psychologically, Sigma males embody autonomy. They operate by inner law. Yet even autonomy has limits. They eventually meet something they can't reason with: divine power. That's when humility becomes revelation. A Sigma's awakening often begins not in weakness, but in awe. The realization that the same force guiding galaxies also shapes his destiny humbles him in ways no man ever could. Number 2. They see themselves as self-made, until God shows them the source. Sigma males rise without applause. They've built their empires in solitude, learned from observation, and conquered without a team. They truly believe they've carved their destiny through will and vision. But divine wisdom reveals the truth. Self-made is an illusion. Every gift, every opportunity, every breath has a divine fingerprint. When Sigma males realize that their strength is borrowed, not owned, it reshapes their entire existence. This moment of awakening often hits them during success, not failure. God humbles them not by stripping them of wealth or fame, but by letting them see the emptiness behind their achievements without divine purpose. In that instant, they understand the difference between self-power and soul power. The former fades when the ego grows, the latter expands only when one kneels. Number 3. They control everything until God teaches them. Surrender control is the Sigma's favorite weapon. They navigate chaos by mastering their reactions and predicting human behavior. Nothing surprises them, or so they think. Then life throws something beyond logic: a loss, a delay, or a divine silence. No strategy works, no mental strength saves them. That's when God whispers, "You were never in control." This is a psychological rebirth moment. They learn that control was never strength, it was fear disguised as order. And when they finally release that grip, they experience peace beyond reason. For the first time, they realize surrender isn't weakness, it's alignment. It's not about giving up, but giving in to a higher intelligence that knows their purpose better than they do. Number 4. They master solitude until God turns silence into reflection. Sigma males love isolation. Solitude is where they think, rebuild, and recharge. But there's a deeper solitude, a divine silence where the mind stops talking and the soul starts listening. At first, they resist it. They feel restless when their thoughts no longer guide them. But God uses silence to speak the loudest. In that quiet, they confront their shadows, the pain, the pride, the fear they've hidden beneath stoicism. That moment transforms them. They realize solitude wasn't just for strategy, it was for spiritual surgery. In isolation, they finally meet their real self, and through that, they meet God. Number 5. They don't chase love until God teaches them compassion. Sigma males rarely depend on others emotionally. They see attachment as distraction and vulnerability as risk. But God often humbles them through love, not romantic love, but divine compassion. They may meet someone they can't explain, a soul connection that exposes their emotional depth. Or they might lose someone dear and realize that real strength is the ability to feel. Through these experiences, God reminds them that emotional intelligence isn't weakness, it's divine energy in motion. It's not about being needed, it's about being human. That's when the Sigma learns that true strength lies not in independence, but in interconnection, guided by grace. Number 6. They walk by logic, until God shatters it with faith. Sigma males trust logic. They analyze, calculate, and make decisions based on reason. Faith to them once seemed irrational, until life forces them to trust what they can't see. When their logic fails, when nothing makes sense, God steps in. Faith becomes their new logic. They start realizing that the unseen isn't illusion, it's the foundation of everything seen. This shift transforms their entire worldview. They stop asking, how, and start trusting, who. The same Sigma, who once doubted, now understands that divine order doesn't always fit human reason. That's when humility takes root, not because they lose control, but because they find higher alignment. Final message. True. Sigma. Males bow to no man because they were never meant to. They bow only to God, the one who gave them their mind, silence, and soul. And in that divine surrender, they don't lose their strength, they elevate it. If this message spoke to your spirit, support this channel by subscribing, sharing, and leaving a comment. Because someone out there needs to remember, even the strongest men need divine guidance.